Hello everyone, welcome back to Li Shitian's channel. Today we are not going to draft, instead we are going to look at the limited data. Arena Open is on tomorrow, and then we are going to look a little bit deeper into the data so that we have a better understanding for what is actually happening in the format. So this video is going to separate into two parts. First, we will look at the top deck type, based on the data, and then look at the top common and uncommon in each deck type. So the data is from 17 lands, and I put out the last 7 days, like the second week of the format, and then we only look at the top players in the BO1 draft, because BO1 draft just provide much more data. Alright, so let's look at the top deck type first. So the first question we want to ask ourselves is do we want 2-color or 3-color for this format? We know there's a tap land in the basic land slot, so there's some chance 3-color is actually better, right? But then when we look at this, we got 2-color 58.9% win rate, and then 3-color is a little bit lower the sample size, but it is still 55.2% only, so which is kind of 3.7% difference. So in general, I think it's more like a 2-color format. We saw Azurius, we saw Blue White or Boros can go to 60%, and there's just nothing can hit such level. With some exception, like Timir we got 58%, which is quite high actually. There are decks like Dimir or Rakdox, they are all below 58%. And then Junk also 57.8%. The common here is they both are doing the red green things. It looks like red green something could be good at splashing or having 3-color. But yes, in general, I think 2-color is the way to go, especially when you are not touching green or red here. And then the next question is to splash or not. In general, we got percent and 57.5%, 2% drop when you splashing. And then there's a very extreme case like Boros, when you splash, it's down 10% here, and then yeah, and then maybe Ozov, you splashing, you just go down 4% here. But there's some exception, as we expected. The Guru actually goes from 58.3% into 58.9%. When a general is going drop down in percentage, and then Guru actually show something that is against the trend, right? So red green based deck is actually good at splashing. The other one is Golgari. Golgari, they got 59.9%, and then here it only dropped for 0.7%. It's not a huge drop compared to the general percentage drop here. So black green and red green is actually fine. Also Synestia, they go 55.9 into 56%, but that could be because Synestia is just low on win percentage anyway. We could also look at the Azorius splash. It's 61.2 into 58.5. The 58.5 percentage is actually still good here. Also the Simic splash 58.4. Compared to the second tier of 2-color decks, these are actually fine choice for that. But in general, I think you want to be no splashing. You don't want to splash in Azorius or Simic, but it is still fine to do that, but I would prefer not to. Okay, so what are the top 5 deck type? Here, first one is Azorius, 61.2%, extremely high, right? And then Boros, both are 61.2%. And then Simic, 61%, extremely high as well. Over 60 is crazy. Golgari 59.9%, also extremely high. Oops. And then the last one would be we will look at the Guru with splash. But we still look at the data for the Guru, so 58.9%. Okay, so let's look at the top common and the top uncommon for like those 5 color pair, and then so that we know like each color pair what are they trying to do. So first we have the Azorius. It's pretty straightforward here. We saw this optimistic scavenger. We drafted like some Azorius before. It's obviously the best color combination, and this card was like over 70% when you have opening hand Rinway here. So this uncommon is like a mythic uncommon, a rare level or mythic level. And then we have removal here. Shelter by Ghost is also extremely high win rate. So and then Fear of Isolation, just bounce something. Maybe you can bounce enchantment, bounce room or something. Because there are lots of value you can generate with this Fear of Isolation. Like you're bouncing a room, you can get a second triggers on that, and then removal here. And then the Tamer is also a payoff on the enchantment. And then the Split Kindle is just drawing you a card. 2 mana, 2/1, draw you a card. And then we saw like more enchantment here. Like some are removal, some are like. I think in general it's just lots of enchantment. We got in this top 10 list, we got like 8 enchantment, and then 2 payoff for enchantment. And then just removal, which is also kind of advantage when you bounce and then deck for maybe you can deck for some payoff, then it would be great. And then you just draw your cards there. So like very straightforward. You just try to draft lots of enchantment, finding good payoff for that. So at the common, we saw Glimmerlight. Glimmerlight is extremely high win rate here, 58.5% compared to other best common there. And then Traplet in the screen. When you look at those cards, like Traplet in the screen and a Glimmerlight, you are not expecting very likely you are going to just pick up the screen here. Like when you pick order, you can see like it's 3.44, but then actually Glimmerlight is actually performing better there. I can see some reason is like Glimmerlight is just making you like more proactive. Like Azorius try to like being aggressive deck, and you just try to having a card that allows you to attack into your opponent, and Glimmerlight does stack really well. Grimmer Burst is a card advantage card. Jump Scare is something I'm not expecting. Maybe because there are lots of blocking. Opponent like forced to block, so some efficient cards is still good. Midlocker is a tempo card. Settling Twin is like card advantage. Unable to Scream, the 1 mana removal is extremely good in the format for sure. And then the room, yeah, something interesting is the blue green. This is a Lakeside Shack is the blue green lands there. Like maybe Azorius splashing green is something that could happen a lot. And then yeah, just removal. So it's still lots of enchantment stuff. Glimmerlight like this, making enchantments, enchantment, and then removals. Only Unsettling Twin and Jump Scare is against like not something related to enchantment. So Azorius, you definitely want your deck to fill with like maybe over 15 enchantments. Alright, the next deck, Boros. Boros, we have Sheltered by Ghost as a top uncommon. Like so basically this Sheltered by Ghost is just broken uncommon. We saw it outperform in Blue White and outperform in Boros as well. Yeah, so does this Scavenger. And then the other one would be the Midnight Mayhem. Like it's just a red white card. So it just allows you to raise really well. And also if you have double Mayhem, like all your 1/1 can just go like you just like both get menace and then lifelink, so you can like push in so many damage if you have like multiple copy of Midnight Mayhem. And then we also have like Split Kindle, like overlap with the blue white. Just card advantage is nice. Arabella is just aggressive creature, help you to like drink life. Hawk Collar, 5 mana for haste. You're just solid 4 jobs here. And then the Gremlin is like allow you to filter your card and just make you smooth. And then Survivor, 1 job, that's 2 power. And then Glimmer Seeker also like opponent forced to like if it survives one attack or two attack, normally you get a loss of advantage there. So I can see cards try to go wild would be good. This is also card advantage. I think it's quite like just aggressive. Like we don't see any removals here, right? Except Shelter by Ghost. So like these cards are like trying to be more very aggressive, like try to keep adding pressure to our opponent. And then when we look at the tournament, Glimmerlight is here again. Like when you look at this, 58.9%, and then here I would say the top below, like the top 8th, 9th, and 10th uncommon is like having lower win rate than Glimmerlight. So this is how good Glimmerlight is. And then Unsettling Twins, like we saw a couple things that try to make tokens, right? Glimmer Seeker, Hog Collar, and then Mahim. These cards are like suggesting maybe Boros, you just try to go wild on board. And then some removal there. Yeah, removal. Yeah, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 3 more removal here. And then there's the Cobweb, Precautionist. But it's when we see these cards, right, the improvement when you draw is actually not really high here. Like it's already going down, and negative 1.6 is really like it's okay, but it's not something that you want to draw at the later part of the game. Like Red White may have some problem about like top decking at the late games, but in general, I think that these top 5 common is still very strong. But then after that, maybe not as good as it is. So maybe uncommon, getting good uncommon is quite important. And then also the Glimmerlight. Glimmerlight is an uncommon or rare level, to be honest. Like for cards that you can pick at 6.86 is really good for that. I mean, like in general, removal is you need to pick up removal a little bit higher, just because like people are picking this high, and then some chance you just get your deck without really loss of removals. But like focusing on your curve is also important. Okay, so Simic uncommons. It is interesting. Simic is like a manifest drag deck color. This the grab is easy, very easy to understand. You just make good tempo, make a 2/2, and then you can have the bookworm. Like basically you're like make a creature, bounce something, and you draw a card. Tempo and card advantage, everything in one card, right? So the next one, it's just interesting that we saw this Dread to the Root. Dread to the Root is just a black-green card. When you have a black-green card in like a Simic color top uncommon, maybe this card is actually worth splashing. We actually see another black-green card like the Brute Spinner is the 2/3 spider. 2 mana 2/3 spider when you can sacrifice and then like make X spider with like the number of types of card in your graveyard. So black green definitely something like we can see when we're drafting. We can consider splashing there, and like seeing Dread to the Root in like as a top uncommon. I think some chance that we the Simic actually lack of good removals there. The things, maybe we talk about the removal part at the common side. And then here we got Fear of Isolation. You can like manifest dress something, and then you just get better card. Under the Skin is just make a 2/2 and then get card advantage. Fresh around every corner is also the same, right? You manifest and get a land, just card advantage. This is removal. Growing Dread is like when you unmorph something up, you can just get additional counter. Sometimes it's maybe not like sometimes it's just a instant manifest threat, but it is still good enough. Just like 2 mana manifest threat is good. And then this Drana is also a removal type of uncommon there. And then when we look at the Simic top commons, we saw Vanish from Sight. It's actually the top uncommon, top common. So this I think this card being the top common in Simic tells us that Simic is really lack of removals, and then you really want a removal even that's like vanish from sight. We can see like the pick order is not high, right? 8.93. But for this card being outperformed, I think removal is quite like maybe you are just lack of removals in the deck, like yeah. And then we saw this monstrous emergence. Like in Manifest Jet deck, lots of time you just don't really have like a good creature to enable emergence. Like maybe you just 2 mana, dealing 2 or 3 damage only. So when you try to handle big creatures, vanish from sight is important. Also, lots of time your deck is only few of creatures like 2/2 and 3/3 with Manifest Dread. So this allows you to like break through some big creatures or some facties. And then other cards, other top commons like Grimmerburst, just card advantage, Centipede, also card advantage, and then unable to scream, just removal. This is interesting. Murky Soul is the blue black common land, and we saw the black green splash is good. So I think like here they provide some reason to splash, and also the Centipede also can allow you to splash. And then the twist reality is actually good, as the Manifest Dread means something when you open mana. Yeah, also Bashful Beastie, I think it's one of the good creatures in the green deck. Being 5 power is just nice. And then Lighthouse, so some chance you actually splash red for some reason, right? So splashing black and splashing red could be something for Simic decks. Okay, next would be Golgari. Golgari, top uncommons, we got Brute Spinner. It's a payoff, like good payoff for Delirium. Let's play a game also. Like for card with like pick order 8.24, having this win rate, and like for like we got 8.1 PP when you got when you improve you from draw. So this let's play a game. If you're hitting Delirium for that, is really good. Patchwork Beastie, 1 mana, 3/3. That's basically an enabler. So yeah, it's all around Delirium, under the skin, threats around every corner. Like Black Green may not have the payoff for Manifest Dread like the Analyst or Bookworm, but then still you can see like getting Delirium is important. So like Manifest Dread is good. This is Stick Twister is the Delirium payoff. Something interesting here is the Rite of the North, like the reanimation spell. Maybe when you like Manifest Dread, like there's like couple good Manifest Dread or like self-mill cards. You can like get something big and then just reanimate. Okay, and then after that we have like 1, 2, 3. Like these 3 cards are all removals. So yeah, Delirium is definitely important for Golgari. Also the card advantage. Lots of card we really want card advantage. So at the common we have the Centipede, card advantage again, and then we got removal. Like we got lots of removal here. So I can see like black green is our game plan is most likely going to have a loss of cards that try to remove our opponent's threat, and then try to win with like some strong Delirium payoff. We got Say Its Name, Bashful Beastie, Manifest Dread. Yeah, like these are all good creatures, and this Say Its Name is good enablers. Manifest Dread also enabler. Expanse like Land Search is also good enabler. This is a black white land here, like also suggesting black green can splash white. We saw the black green splashing is actually having a fine win rate there. So yeah, we can definitely see that happens. So Delirium with lots of removals. Alright, so the last deck we want to talk about is the Guru. Guru top 10 uncommon. We have actually it is quite funny. We have the Bookworm, obvious Bookworm. It's a blue green card. When you see a blue green card as the top common for red green, top uncommon for red green, it means that you really want to splash this. You really want to splash this card. I think some reason is because Bookworm, even you don't have a card that like Manifest Dread, you still get to like put cards into your graveyard. Like you loot at end of turn, and you just like enable Delirium. The second one is the Fear of Burning Alive, also like getting Delirium, and then it become a removal. Patchwork, Beastie, Delirium card, Under the Skin, Threats, like these are the we saw these three cards just good in green. So I think green is quite like Manifest Dread is just quite important for green decks to work. So you are try to pick up all these cards really early. Wickerthorpe is like the 2-mana 3/2 haste. Piggy Bang is a 2-mana artifact 3/2. Yeah, like these cards get 2 types in one card. So just you can sort of kind of count as Delirium Enabler and an aggressive creature, and Bruce Spinner, black green, yeah, Delirium pay off again. Hawk Collar, good uncommon, good 4/4 beatdown. Beastie beatdown is the red green removal. Like all these cards, I think only except Hawk Collar, all the other cards are like try to contribute to the Delirium. So this Delirium color for sure. And then when we compare to Golgari, we see like all these are trying to get on the board, right? In Golgari, we saw the uncommon is like there are a bunch of like removal cards there. Yeah, Let's Play a Game is also a removal, sort of a removal. Try to trade resources. In Grow, you just have like more things that you are like actually putting things onto the board. And when we look at the common, we got the Centipede, and then sure we have like Dragonfire, but then after that it's like Manifest Dread, Turn Inside Out, Expanse, like all these just try to turbo Delirium. And then we also have the Watchdog here. It's 2-mana, 3/1, Seville 1. Basically you try to put cards into your graveyard, and then the removal is actually lower than the good enablers here, except the Dragonfire. So I think it is quite obvious, like Guru is trying to be Delirium color, but it's Delirium aggro. You try to have like good enabler, and then you try to not use your removal on opponent's small creature. You try to like raise them a little bit more. Okay, so these are the top deck and top common and top uncommon in the format. So I hope you like it. Please help, if you like the video, please help subscribing the channel, and then share this video. And I hope you like this type of content, and I will, let me know if you think that is good, and I will just maybe try to do more of this type of content. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.